Tonight, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's week 2 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. It's the Green Bay Packers taking on the New Orleans Saints.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup here between the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts, and a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does, and you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Young wasting, that's Deebo Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Young. It returns it right back to Samuel. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 48 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Here is Young. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. The first carry now. This is Johnson. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield. And they capture him for a loss.
Corral from his own end zone here. Looking for Ross again. He finds him again. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a 1st down. Now a handoff to Chandler. And some space here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 89 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Charles, they had 6 DBs out there. They were thinking pass. They surprised him with a long run.
I wonder if they saw that and just checked to it. Maybe had an audible and said, you know something, against 6 defensive field and match up with the littler guys and see if we can create some space. And not only did they create space, they created a path all the way to the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 34. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Malik McDowell breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Under pressure, they got him again. Boye Mafe providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this spot. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
He'll buy some time right, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now a give running right, Nwangu. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Now, these two teams, the Packers and the Saints, met in the season opener last year, and that was all Saints, if you remember. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Malik Collins busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Third down from the gun, it's Mon. And it'll be intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And taken right on the 30.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return.
And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive.
Well, Mon fumbles it, but fortunately the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn it into him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
The Packers with a football here late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
1st and 10, Young. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
Finding room at midfield, down the left sideline. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Young to throw it. touchdown. Elijah Moore in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day in our game at the halftime. And for the call of the second half, we get you back out to Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Velus Jones is intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Off the play fake, Mon. Got his man, it's Bo Melton. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Mon. Another catch for Melton. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Eluding the pressure right.
Open man is Fortson. He's got it. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play.
Them, don't we? Because, you know, remember, they're carrying.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Saints have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
Yeah, the man out of the backfield gets in for the score.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have and try and move that ball down the field for an answering score.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Quincy Roche
Drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Jones on the return.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. The offense running out, and they are charged up ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
They run it with Chandler, and he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Taken down back at his own 7.
Quincy Roche
able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now Stafford. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, standing just about on his own goal line. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Bond going to throw it. That's into the hands of Fordson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Bond now off of play action.
That's going to be complete line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Bond to the air on 1st and 10.
Touchdown!
Velus Jones
A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Stafford on first down. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there of 22. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 17-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge game here on EA Sports. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now, worth reminding at this point, no overtime in the preseason, but that may not come into play here in a 2-score game late. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Over the middle, and he's got Gray. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Throwing is Stafford. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Now Chandler. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Here's Chandler. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Chandler. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory, but they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.